And now, Doc Savage, the sinister sleep.
You are Doc Savage?
That is right.
I have come a great distance to see you, Mr. Savage.
Just who are you?
Collins is my name. Jerry Collins. Tell me, Mr. Savage, is it true that you help other people out of trouble?
In a way, it is true, yes. But of course, it depends on whether the fellow in trouble has it coming to him or not.
Then you'll help me. I know you will. I'm in the most frightful trouble. Even my life is in danger.
Suppose you tell me about this difficulty of yours, Collins.
It is hideous, Mr. Savage. It is almost unbelievable. But it is true. Every word of it. I swear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to another of those exciting incidents from the life of Doc Savage, presented to the courtesy of Systex, spelled C-Y-S-T-E-X. Now we return you to Doc Savage, the man of bronze.
Go ahead with your story, Collins.
Very well, Mr. Savage.
Wait, you came here to see me.
Yes, to ask your help.
Continue.
As I told you when I first came in, my name is Collins. Jerry Collins. I am a chemist.
Jerry Collins, chemist. Say, I believe I have heard of you.
You might have. My name was in the newspapers a few days ago.
Specialists in toxic gases, aren't you?
Yes.
The newspaper story I saw, Collins, said you had developed a new type of gas.
Artificial sleep.
What?
Artificial sleep. That's what I call the stuff, because it puts you to sleep when you inhale it.
Many anesthetics do that.
This gas is different, Mr. Savage. It works in a very subtle fashion.
Just what do you mean by subtle?
It sneaks up on you. You can't see my artificial sleep or smell it. You just simply feel sleepy and tumble over.
How about when you wake up?
There's no bad effects. You know you've been asleep, of course, but there's no nausea or headache.
Remarkable.
Well, a little unusual.
You said you needed help, Collins.
I do.
What is your trouble?
You can realize what a valuable weapon this artificial sleep would be to a gang of thieves, Mr. Savage.
Can the stuff be released, well, in a bank, for instance, without attracting attention?
Oh, easily.
How?
By merely pouring the liquid form of the gas on the floor, where it vaporizes instantly, or almost instantly.
And it would overcome the bank employees?
It would. They never know what was happening.
Yes. But what about the fellow who's using your artificial sleep?
That's what makes the stuff so effective. The very simplicity of the protecting mask. You see, all that is necessary is to breathe through a chemically treated filter. This filter can be made small enough to be held in the mouth, out of sight. The nostrils would have to be plugged, of course.
Just what kind of thing is this filter?
And it's very simple, Mr. Savage. A wad of cotton soaked with certain chemicals that would serve the purpose.
I see. Yes, Collins. Your gas would be invaluable to a crook.
A gang of thieves are trying to get it.
I thought that was what you were leading up to.
Let me roll off my sleeve. Look!
A bullet wound in your arm.
It's not serious, I'm glad to say. You see, these crooks attacked me. Although I managed to escape, I was shot in the arm.
They wanted the gas formula?
Naturally.
I gather that they haven't gotten it yet.
Not much, they haven't. Oh, listen! Someone is coming!
One of my assistants, Monk Mayfair.
How can you tell? It may be one of the gang of thieves after the artificial sleep formula.
That's Monk, all right. You see, Monk weighs 260 pounds and is built like a gorilla. He has a way of putting his feet down that I would know anywhere.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Monk. Mr. Collins, this is Monk Mayfair. Monk, Mr. Collins is a chemist who has invented a gas that puts people to sleep without their knowing it. A bunch of crooks are trying to get hold of it, and Collins wants our help.
He came to the right place. If anybody can help him, Doc, you can.
I'm worried, gentlemen. Those rascals will do anything to get that gas formula. I'm afraid they followed me here.
Monk, suppose you go outside and keep an eye open for suspicious strangers.
Sure, Doc. I'll go right now.
Say, that fellow Monk looks more like a gorilla than any man I've ever saw.
Monk's looks are deceiving, Collins. Monk is a chemist himself, one of the best.
Having him on guard relieves my mind.
Collins, do you mind answering a question or two?
Of course not.
Is your gas a lacrimator?
A what?
A lacrimator. Lachrymator.
Oh, I must be getting a little hard of hearing.
Your gas belongs to that classification, eh?
Yes, to an extent.
To how much of an extent?
To quite a degree. You see, Mr. Savage, I will explain all about my artificial sleep when the package I sent you arrives.
Package?
Yes, I mailed it just after the thieves attacked me.
What is in this package?
A container of my gas and the formula for its mixing.
What was the idea?
I mailed the gas and the formula to you because I wanted it in safe hands. You see, this package holds the only sample of the gas and the only copy of the formula in existence.
When should it arrive?
I was hoping it had arrived already.
Let's see. 9 o'clock. The mail is just about due.
Doc,
Yes, Monk.
mail's out here.
Any packages?
Yeah, that's why I called you. There's one. It's marked important and rush.
Let's have it.
Here you are.
Thanks.
You want me to stay outside, Doc?
Yes, Monk. Watch out for a storm.
Watch out for a storm. I get you, Doc. Okay, I'll go out.
Let's see that package. Yes, this is it. See, my return address is in the corner.
So it is.
The package. Very nice.
Well, let's...
Get back, Savage!
What's the idea of pulling a gun on me, Collins?
You're not the bright guy you're cracked up to be, Savage.
Put that gun down, Collins.
Yes, I will. I'll put a bullet in you if you move. And don't try to call that ape outside either.
Where are you going with that package?
Far, far away, and don't you forget it.
You're not Collins.
Of course I'm not Collins. Say, Savage, do you really want to know who I am?
It might be interesting.
I'm one of those bold, bad thieves I was telling you about.
I see.
In other words, wise guy, I came here and told you a fancy yarn about me being Collins so I could get this package when it came in. I knew the real Collins had mailed it.
Where is the real Collins?
I don't know, and I ain't worried. Stand still.
You're going out the back way, eh?
Yeah, with the package. Stay back, you.
He locked the door. I'll have to go around. Monk! No sign of Monk. I wonder if some of the fake Collins gang could have jumped him. No sign of Collins either. Well, I'll try this alley. Say what?
Don't move.
Put that gun away.
Ow! You hurt my arm.
Jumping out of alleys and pointing guns at people is a bad habit. Young lady, I'll just keep this revolver.
You'll regret this.
Just who are you, young lady?
Collins. Jerabella Collins. I prefer Jerry Collins.
Jerry Collins, you? This is a surprise.
I imagine.
A man came into my office a few minutes ago and said he was Jerry Collins.
He what?
He was lying, of course, because he pulled a gun on me, grabbed up a package and fled.
Was it my package? The one I mailed you?
It was.
And he got away with it?
So far, yes.
Oh, that is bad. Bad. It held some of my artificial sleep in the formula.
I know what it held.
That man told you?
He did. Who was he?
One of the crooks after the gas. He should have a bullet hole in his arm. He got that the last time he tried to hold me up.
He had a bullet hole, all right. Know his name?
No.
Why did you jump me?
Why, I saw this man run out of your place carrying my package. He came from the side door. I started after him, then you came out, and I ducked into the alley.
I still don't see why you should attempt to hold me up with this gun.
Well, that man had the package. I naturally supposed you had given it to him. I was going to make you get it back.
You recognize me?
I've seen your picture in the newspapers numerous times.
This man, this fake Collins, wasn't he walking as if he were fleeing?
Not at all. He was not running.
We should give him credit. He was smart enough not to attract attention by hurrying.
He was smart, all right. He got away with the package.
He did manage that neatly.
Mr. Savage, this is a horrible thing. With that gas, those crooks can walk right into the United States Treasury and out again, if they want to.
Don't worry too much about it, Collins.
Worry? I can't help it.
This fellow was smart, but not quite smart enough.
I don't understand.
Which way did he go when you saw him?
Down that alley across the street.
Come on,
Where are you going?
to inspect that alley.
There's an open door. It seems to lead into a warehouse.
Yes, Monk.
Who are you calling?
Monk, one of my assistants. Monk! He was to follow our fake Collins. Monk! Well, Monk does not seem to be here. We'll go in.
You suspected the fake Collins?
I did,
He gave himself away, eh?
in a way.
How?
I asked him if the gas belonged to the lacrimator class, and he said it did to an extent.
But that's impossible. Lacrimators are tear gases. My artificial sleep certainly isn't a tear gas.
Of course not. That's how this other fellow gave himself away. He didn't even know what the word meant, and a chemist should have known.
Listen,
Behave, you mug, or I'll pull your ears off.
That's Monk.
Come on, you bum, before I poke you again.
Sounds as if Monk has company.
Try to get away with that package, will you tramp? Walk along there before I land on you again. Here it is, Doc.
You got him, eh?
Sure, it was a cinch. I saw him go into the alley and ran around and cut him off at the other end. He was looking back when I grabbed him.
Let me go, you overgrown monkey.
Well, for that,
Oh! Ah! Oh!
boy, do I like to hammer on this egg. He's soft and easy on the fists. See? It doesn't hurt me at all.
Oh! Ah! Make him quit it!
you got my package?
Yours?
This is the real Collins, Monk.
She is?
Yes, this other fellow merely pretended to be Collins in order to get hold of that gas formula.
Well, here's the package.
Mr. Savage, you keep this.
What do you want me to do with it?
Well, turn it over to the surgical profession. You see, I developed the stuff as anesthetic for surgeons to use before operating.
The stuff should be an improvement over common anesthetics at that.
What about this fake Collins?
We'll take care of him.
Okay, Doc. I'll take him back to the office. Get along, you.
Listen, Monk, or whatever they call you, tell me one thing, will ya?
Tell you what.
When did Doc Savage tip you off to follow me?
Remember when Doc said, watch out for a storm?
Watch out for a storm. Yeah, I remember.
Doc and me has got a bunch of code sentences. That particular one means that Doc expects trouble from whoever he's talking to, and also means to stick around and be ready to lend a hand.
Oh, nuts.
Next week at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, Systex will bring you another 15 minutes of dramatic incident from the career of Doc Savage.
Yeah.
And now, Doc Savage, the Southern Star Mystery. Now Systex presents another thrilling quarter hour of action and mystery featuring Doc Savage, the man whose life is devoted to helping others out of their difficulties. We find Doc Savage and his assistant Monk in Doc's skyscraper office in New York as the telephone rings.
Hello? Yeah, this is Doc Savage's office. Nah, this is Monk, one of Doc's helpers. Doc is here, though, and if you want him, I'll call... What? What's that? The line of Southern Star? Say, who are you? Hello? 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 Hung up. What do you know about that? Hey, Doc!
Why the excitement, Monk?
Some guy on the telephone, Doc. He yelled something about being in the first mate's cabin of the line of Golden Star, and he wanted to help him out.
Help him? What was his trouble?
He didn't say.
Didn't say.
It sounded like he was trying to talk, but somebody shut him up, jammed the receiver on the hook.
Someone didn't want him to talk to me.
That's what it seemed like.
The Southern Star is one of the largest transatlantic liners. She docks in the East River.
Yeah, she just got in today. I saw a picture in the paper of some of the big sharks among her passengers.
Come on, Monk.
You going down to the boat?
We'll both go, Monk, in my car. It'll only take a few minutes. Monk,
What, Doc?
you say this fellow said over the telephone that he was in the first mate's cabin on the Southern Star.
Yep.
And he said nothing else?
All except that he needed your help bad. He didn't give no particulars. Say, this part of town ain't so hot.
The New York waterfront is not particularly attractive after dark, I'll admit.
You said it. Darker than a cat's nightmare. Not a soul in sight.
Well, it's not much farther to the Southern Star's pier.
Yeah, I can see her funnels against the harbor lights. Well, there's somebody in this part of town after all. There comes a truck.
Yes, a very large truck.
driver of that truck sure holds the center of the road.
A road hog.
Doc, look out! Look out!
Monk, are you all right?
Oh,
Monk, let me help you.
I'm all right, Doc. What the hey? Where'd that truck driver go?
Jumped out of his truck just before it hit us and ran off.
You saw what he done, didn't you?
You mean turning into us deliberately? Oh, yes.
Come on, Doc, let's get him.
Sure you feel all right?
I feel awful, Doc. But I'm gonna feel a lot better after I get my hands on that truck driver.
There he goes.
Where?
In the shadow of that warehouse.
Hey, Doc, looks like a woman.
Can't be sure, Monk. Might be a man wearing a long raincoat and topcoat.
Did you get a look at the truck driver?
The truck cab was too dark, Monk. And I'd rather think the driver wore a mask.
There, he's heading for the Southern Star.
Quite so.
He's making for that open cargo door in the hull.
Try to head him off, Monk.
We ain't gonna make it. He's got there first.
Shut the cargo door behind him. Let's see. He fastened on the inside. We'll have to go around to the regular gangplank. Come on, Monk.
Was it a woman, Doc?
Couldn't tell for sure. Here's the gangplank. Let's go aft.
Maybe we can head him off. Doc, why'd you stop me?
Listen, Monk.
Who are you?
Sounds like you've been running, young lady.
I told you it was a woman, Doc.
What on earth are you talking about?
You aren't by chance the person who just drove a truck into us, wrecking my car and narrowly killing us both?
Are you trying to be funny?
Answer my question, please.
You must be insane. I don't want to talk to you. Let me pass, please. Oh, let go of my arm, you big gorilla.
Now, don't get tough, sister. What about the truck?
I don't know anything about any truck. My name is Jane Langley, and I'm a stewardess on this boat, and I was running to get some bandages and iodine for Mr. Doyle, the first mate.
Better let her go, Monk. That package you have is the bandage, isn't it, Miss Langley?
Yes.
Will you take us to Mr. Doyle, the first mate?
That's right. The phone call did come from the first mate's cabin.
Just who are you two men?
I am Doc Savage. This is my associate, Monk.
Oh, Doc Savage. I've read of you in the newspapers.
Will you take us to the first mate's cabin, please?
Of course, Mr. Savage. Mr. Doyle, the first mate, has his quarters near the bridge. Here's his cabin.
Thank you. I'll knock.
Well, what you want?
I am Doc Savage.
Yeah? What you want?
Someone called me for help. Someone who said he would be in your stateroom.
Yeah? Well, someone was kidding you. Go on, beat it. You ain't got no business around here.
I never turned down an appeal for help, my friend.
Beat it, I tell you.
Don't get tough with us, guy.
Who do you think you are, monkey face?
I'll show you who I am. Take that, will you?
Oh! Oh!
Monk, stop that.
I'll teach him to call me monkey face.
Stop it.
Okay. I'll get off him.
Boy, oh boy, did Mr. Doyle get what he had coming to him.
Oh, you get yourself out of here. I'll take care of you later, young woman.
I'd advise you to stay, Jane.
Say, you...
And Doyle, I would advise you to shut up and speak when you're spoken to. And if you have any doubts about my right to be on board, set yourself at rest. I have an honorary commission on the New York police force that is just as good as the commission of any regular officer.
A cop, eh?
No, not a cop. Just a fellow who makes a business of getting others out of trouble.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, Monk.
There's somebody over here in the bunk.
Let's see. A young man. Looks like he's been beaten up rather badly. Oh, he's conscious. Can you talk, young man?
I can talk all right. He only knocked out a couple of my teeth.
Who knocked out your teeth?
Doyle,
Why?
because I phoned you. There's a line connected up from the captain's cabin to shore. I used that. Doyle caught me.
So it was you who telephoned me for help.
Yep, I knowed you'd get me out of this jam.
Who are you?
Alec Queen, I'm a sailor on this boat.
And what is your trouble, Alec?
I'll tell you what his trouble is. He stole $500,000 in gold bullion. That's what he's done.
Since you want to talk, Doyle, suppose you tell us all about it.
You bet I'll tell you. The Southern Star was carrying $500,000 worth of gold bullion from London. Halfway across the Atlantic, someone got in the purser's safe and took it.
Was the safe blown?
No. Whoever done it must have learned the combination somehow. It's a combination safe.
I see.
We searched the ship.
Naturally. Did you find the gold?
Nah, it still hid somewheres, I guess.
And where does Alec Queen here come in?
We found the wooden box that was around one of the gold bars under his bunk.
Somebody planted it there.
So they all say.
I don't care. That's the only way the box should have gotten under my bunk. The real thief put it there to throw suspicion on me.
With your record, no judge on earth will swallow that story.
Maybe not, but it's the truth.
What does he mean by a record, Alec?
Oh, I made a mistake when I was a kid, Mr. Savage, and got sent to reform school. But I've been going straight. Honest, I have.
You're lying, you little rat.
Wait a minute, Doyle. Just why are you so anxious to lay the crime on this boy?
That's just what I was wondering.
Listen, sister, for a little I'd slap you down.
Stop that talk, Doyle.
Listen, the same thing goes for you, too. I don't like you. I don't like you one bit.
We're even there, Doyle. I can't say that I like a man who will try to blame a crime like this on an innocent boy.
Who said he was innocent?
If he wasn't innocent, why should he call to me for help?
Maybe he thought he'd buy you. Give you part of the money he stole to fix a frame-up that would get him out of it.
Shall I bust him another one, Doc?
Let him alone, Monk. He seems to have a rotten mind.
Ha! Well, what are you gonna do about all this?
I think I shall take a look at that safe.
You won't get no help from me.
The safe is in the purser's office, Mr. Savage. You'll have to awaken the purser and have him unlock the office.
Very well. Let's go.
I'm going along.
I thought you wasn't gonna help.
I'm not. I'm going along to see that you don't frame nothing onto me.
Say, guy, you keep on talking like that and I'm gonna put my foot down your throat.
So you say. Come on, Alec Quainton, you're going too.
Don't shove me. I can walk.
What is the purser's name?
Mr. Lapierre. This is Mr. Lapierre's cabin.
He seems to sleep rather soundly.
Oh, what is it?
We want to speak to you, Mr. Lapierre.
What do you want, gentlemen?
Keep your door locked on the inside, Mr. Lapierre.
Oh, yes.
You've been asleep, I take it.
Very soundly and for some hours.
You must sleep rather well. We had to knock several times.
Excellently. But did you awaken me to discuss my sleeping habits?
Not at all. You see, I am investigating the bullion robbery on behalf of the accused, Alec Queen.
Queen is guilty enough. They found one of the bullion boxes under his bunk. It was hidden under some old clothes.
I hope to prove him innocent. Will you unlock the office so that we may examine the safe?
Well...
Mr. Doyle, the first mate, has kindly consented to come along and watch things.
Sarcasm, eh?
Very well, I will unlock my office, but first I must get into a dressing robe and slippers.
Thank you, Mr. Lapierre. While you do that, would you mind if I wash my hands in the wash bowl in your room? They became soiled in a slight accident which befell us on our way here.
Go ahead, the wash bowl is in the corner.
Thank you. I say, I don't believe I shall wash my hands after all.
Yeah? All right, all right, so let us go to examine the safe. Do you think that will give you some clue to the robber, Mr. Savage?
I don't think we will need to examine the safe, Mr. Lapierre.
What do you mean?
You were smooth, weren't you, Mr. Lapierre? Took the gold bullion out of the safe yourself and hid one of the boxes under Alec Queen's bunk to throw suspicion on an innocent person.
Mr. Savage, this is ridiculous!
You said, I believe, that you were sleeping soundly with your door locked on the inside when we came.
That is right.
And how do you account for the fact that your wash bowl has been used within the last few minutes? It is wet inside. Even the rim is wet.
Why?
When you came back from running the truck into our car, you washed the perspiration off with cold water, didn't you, Lapierre?
Oh, now.
No doubt you overheard Doyle calling down Alec Queen for telephoning me. That tipped you I was on my way here. You tried to stop me with the truck because you were afraid of an investigation.
You'd better confess, Lapierre.
Do you think the insurance company would ask the judge to go light if I showed them where the gold is hidden?
Hot siggity! He did get it. That's the same as a confession.
This is what I call quick work, Mr. Savage.
Nah,
What ails you, Doyle?
nothing, monkey face.
Call me that again, will ya? Here's a brother to that sock I handed you a while ago.
Stop that. Always fighting somebody. Stop it. Cut it out.
Thus ends another quarter hour of drama brought to you by Systex, spelled CYS, TEX. Tune in next week for another quarter hour of action and mystery with Doc Savage.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And now, Doc Savage, the impossible bullet. What's that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the danger call of Doc Savage and the beginning of another adventure-packed drama brought to you by Systex. Listen.
Nice scenery, Monk.
Yeah, Doc. So these are the Ozark Mountains.
Well, we're on the edge of the Ozarks at least. The Oklahoma-Arkansas state line is near here somewhere.
State line. Oh, hey! Look out, Doc! Look out!
Get your hands up, you two.
She's got a gun, Doc.
So I see. What is the reason for this reception, young lady?
Shut up. Now turn around.
Danger, mystery, thrills, crashing action. These are always to be found wherever Doc Savage goes. He has become famous as a man who helps others out of trouble, has this giant man of bronze, Doc Savage, and calls come to him from the far corners of the earth, asking his help. And Doc Savage always answers and helps those who want his assistance. He never lets them down. And that is what Systex does too. And now let us get back to Doc Savage and his present trouble. Doc, a giant man of bronze, was walking through the red oak-covered Ozark Mountain foothills with his assistant Monk, who looks as if he were first cousin to a gorilla. A young woman stopped them. The girl was good to look upon, but not so the rifle she pointed at them.
Put the gun down, sister.
Shut up, monkey face. Turn around.
Say, I don't like people calling me monkey face.
Better do as she says, Monk.
Ah, okay, Doc.
That's better. Now hold it.
What?
I'm gonna search you, Doc Savage.
You know my name?
Almost everybody knows it, don't they?
What do you mean?
Your name has been in the papers often enough. Doc Savage has quite a reputation. Even us mountaineers know it.
Why are you holding us up?
You'll find out soon enough.
Say, Doc, she's a good-looking kid.
Can't say the same for you, monkey face.
Now listen, sweetheart, I don't like...
Don't call me sweetheart. Oh, 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 hey, hey.
Good work, Monk. You caught her attention.
I figured if I could get her looking at me, you could grab a rifle. When I called her sweetheart, that done the trick.
I got the gun all right.
Two wise guys, eh?
Just two city slickers. Didn't your mom ever tell you to look out for city slickers?
Oh, rats.
Monk, look here. Her rifle is loaded with blanks.
Of course it's loaded with blanks. I didn't want an accident.
You did not want to shoot us?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to search you for guns.
You wouldn't have had much luck shooting us. You see, we both wear bulletproof vests under our clothing.
You don't take many chances, do you?
We try not to.
I suppose you won't help me now.
What?
Won't help me. It was my message that brought you over here.
You sent that telegram to Tulsa?
Yes. I walked to Sallisaw and sent it.
She may be lying, Doc.
That is true, Monk. But she seems to know what it is all about.
I can tell you what was in the telegram.
Go ahead.
The telegram said, "My father in a jam where only your help can save his life. Dangerous to give full details over wire, but can you come to log cabin 16 miles west of Sallisaw? This is matter of life and death. Come if you possibly can." And it was signed Jen. That's my name. I'm Jen Morgan.
That is how the telegram read, almost word for word.
Will you help me?
I'm sure I can't say it. I must know more about it.
Let's go. We can talk while we're walking.
Wait a minute. Where are you trying to take us?
To my father.
What is your father's trouble, Miss Morgan?
Yeah, why the big rush, young lady?
My father's been shot.
Shot?
Oh, hurry, won't you? He's badly wounded. You're a licensed doctor, Mr. Savage. I read that in the newspaper one time. Please look at Dad, won't you?
All right, let's get going. Permit me to carry your rifle.
Sure, carry it if you want. It's kind of heavy.
Why not call on a regular doctor, Miss Morgan?
No, I don't dare.
Didn't dare, why not?
The sheriff might have found out.
The sheriff? Say, what are you getting us into?
Say, maybe this is something the sheriff ought to know about.
Oh, don't call the law in on this. Please don't. Listen, don't go to the sheriff, please.
What has your father done?
He hasn't done anything. But the police think he killed and robbed that wealthy oil man in Tulsa, Benjamin Cargyle.
I read about that in the newspaper.
Yes, we both read it.
Benjamin Cargyle was an oil man with a lot of money. Oodles of money.
Yes, very wealthy. And he was a stamp collector.
A what?
Collected stamps, you know, postage stamps like they put on envelopes.
Oh. Funny thing for a rich man to do, collect junk like that.
The postage stamps Benjamin Cargyle collected were not exactly junk. In fact, his collection was reported to be worth more than $500,000. The murderer of Benjamin Cargyle stole the entire collection. Presumably, Benjamin Cargyle came upon the thief and was shot.
Somebody saw the killer running away from the house, didn't they? That's what we heard.
The newspaper story said nothing about that.
Then the police are keeping it quiet. They're looking for my father. The man seen running from the house said they looked like Dad. But it wasn't him, honest, it wasn't.
So, that's it.
You don't believe me, do you?
I haven't said.
Will you help me? Please, Mr. Savage, I want you to dress my father's bullet wound, then help prove his innocence.
How did he get the wound?
He was shot.
You said that earlier. Who did it?
We don't know.
Don't know.
Dad was standing in front of the cabin, and the bullet struck him without warning. We never saw a soul.
This is very mysterious.
Darned if I believe a word of her yarn, Doc.
You don't believe me.
Now, let's not have any tears.
Neither of you believe me, and I so wanted you to help my father.
Don't cry.
You're so famous, Mr. Savage. You've gotten so many people out of trouble, and I'd hope you would aid us.
Stop crying. Everything will be all right.
But this man, Monk, called me a liar.
Aw, I didn't mean it.
Then you'll help me?
We'll do our best for your father, Miss Morgan.
Let's go. Whew, this brush is getting thick.
The cabin is just across this creek.
Over there, eh?
Watch out for the cut bank, Mr. Savage. You'll fall into the creek. Oh, you're falling.
Now that is what I call clumsy.
You hurt, Doc?
Just a few bruises. Wait, I'll climb up. Oh, I'll be more careful in the future. Luckily, I did not damage your rifle. I was carrying it when I fell into the creek.
Lucky you fell on gravel bank, Doc. That creek is about dry.
Yes, otherwise I'd have taken a bath.
Want me to carry my rifle?
I can handle it. I hope not to fall down again.
Let's get going then. This is the cabin.
Kind of ramshackle place.
It's the best we can afford.
I didn't mean...
Poverty is no disgrace, Miss Morgan. Shall we go in and look at your father?
Yes. I'll open the door. You go in first.
Doc! Doc, it's a trap!
Careful, Monk.
Careful is right. Get him up, you guys. Drop that rifle.
A beautiful trap.
Drop that rifle, I told you.
Don't bust a blood vessel, Brownie. That's my rifle he's carrying. It ain't loaded with nothing but blank cartridges.
So you tricked us. I figured you was a phony all the time.
Is your face red?
Pipe down, honey. Get that rifle from Savage and put it on the table. You're sure it's loaded with blanks so it can't hurt nobody?
Sure it's loaded with blanks. I put them in myself. There you are. The rifle's on the table.
Who are the two men with you, Brownie? The gentlemen with the handkerchiefs over their faces.
Friends of mine.
Do we get an introduction?
Don't get funny. They don't want their faces seen. And they ain't saying a word, see?
Two birds of a feather, eh?
I'll lump that. Jan, you roll 'em. Search 'em.
Okay. They're not carrying any guns.
Sure.
Haven't you heard? This Doc Savage never carries a gun.
One of these bare-handed heroes, eh?
You let Doc get his hands on you and it won't be funny.
Oh, yeah? Pipe down, you missing link. Honey,
Yes?
bring out that suitcase.
Here it is.
Put it on the chair. Doc Savage, you and your friend have a look at what's inside that suitcase.
Good night. Postage stamps.
Postage stamps is right, Monk. And some of them are very rare.
Doc, these stamps.
Yes, Monk.
That oil man who was murdered in Tulsa, old Benjamin Cargyle. His stamp collection was stolen.
Exactly. These must be the stolen stamps.
You two guys are pretty wise. If you just kept your trap shut, I would have told you all that.
You and your gang stole them and murdered Benjamin Cargyle.
I ain't saying nothing about that. Just lay off the subject.
You're guilty, all right. You having the stamps proves that.
Shut up about it.
What do you want with Monk and myself?
You know stamps, don't you?
Yes?
Well, we don't.
I fail to understand.
It's like this, Savage. There's $500,000 worth of stamps in that suitcase. Some of them are worth $50,000 or so, and others ain't worth a dime. We want you to sort them out. You can see they're all mixed up. Sort them out and put them each in an envelope and mark what it's worth on the envelope.
I see.
You better see.
You decoyed me out here to tell you what your loot was worth so you wouldn't get swindled when you started disposing of it.
Sure, you were the only stamp expert we could think of. We were stuck until we saw in the paper that you were visiting in Tulsa.
Clever.
You bet it was clever.
But it's not going to do you any good.
Hey, get away from that rifle.
Drop your gun, Brownie.
Don't do it, Brownie. He's got my rifle and there's nothing but blank cartridges in it.
I ain't forgot. Drop it, Savage.
Brownie, don't make me shoot you.
Why, you... Oh, my arm!
Broke his arm, Doc.
Grab those other two.
You got one, Doc.
Watch out, Monk.
Thanks, Doc. He was about to plug me when you knocked his rifle up. Take that. And this. Hey, Doc, there goes the girl. She's running away.
Let her go.
Whew, are we good? All three of them laid out cold as mackerel in a refrigerator.
None badly injured, though, fortunately for them.
The girl got away.
Let her go. Maybe this will scare her into reforming. Better bandage Brownie's arm. He's bleeding badly.
Doc,
Yes?
tell me something.
Of course, Monk.
How did you shoot that guy with a gun loaded with blank cartridges?
Simple. It was merely the result of a precaution.
Don't look so simple to me.
Remember when I fell into the creek?
Sure.
I did that deliberately, to get a chance to drop a small pebble into the rifle barrel. Blank cartridges, as you know, are merely cartridges with a charge of powder, but without any bullet. The pebble dropped into the barrel served nicely, since I picked one that was round and of hard rock.
Huh. And I thought you must be getting old or something when you fell into that creek.
And you evidently thought I was childish when I seemed to believe that girl's yarn.
Her story was kind of thin, wasn't it?
Tune in next week at this same time for another thrill-packed adventure from the career of Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze. And now, Doc Savage, the too talkative parrot. What is that sound? That sound, ladies and gentlemen, is the danger call of Doc Savage. It is the signal for the beginning of another thrill-charged Doc Savage drama brought to you by Systex. Doc Savage, you know, is the scientific genius and man of great physical strength who has devoted his life to helping others out of trouble. And now, what do we see? It is a foggy, damp afternoon, and there is a chill in the air. Let's see. There is water all about us. It is a large lake in the Maine woods. And what is that ahead? An island, a rocky, forlorn island, half hidden in the fog. Listen. Ah, it is a motorboat. In it is a bronze giant of a man. That will be Doc Savage. And there is another fellow, a big hairy chap who looks as if he were a close relative to a gorilla. That will be Monk, sometimes known as Andrew Blodgett Mayfair. Monk is Doc Savage's assistant. Doc and Monk seem to be puzzled. Listen.
There's the island, Monk.
Yeah, Doc. Where we better land?
Let us swing along the shore. There must be a boathouse or a wharf somewhere.
Say, Doc,
Yes, Monk?
what's the lowdown?
I cannot tell you, Monk.
Well, if it's like that.
Not at all, Monk. I trust you. Aren't you my assistant? It is simply that I do not know why we're here. Monk, all I know is what that telegram we received.
Let me read that again, Doc.
Very well, here it is.
This telegram just says, Imperative I have assistance of man of your reputation and ability. Stop. Only your help will save my life. The rest of the message just tells how to find this lake in the island. And it's signed Hopewell. Do you know anybody by the name of Hopewell?
No, I don't, Monk. I'm sure of that.
Kind of a goofy telegram, huh?
How do you mean?
Well, you can't expect to find stuff like this in the books, but not at... Hey, look! On that rock sticking out of the water! The one close to the shore, look! You see it, Doc?
Yes, Monk. It's a young woman, a girl. She's lying on the rock about 30 feet from shore.
Ahoy there, young woman! Hey, you on the rock! What's wrong? She don't answer, Doc. Say, it looks like...
She's unconscious, all right. I'll swing the boat over that way.
I'll use this oar and kind of paddle from the stern. We won't need to start the motor. She's unconscious, all right. Must have hurt herself. Then climbed onto that rock and fainted.
Swing in closer to the rock, Monk.
Laura, where are you, Laura? Laura, hello? Ah! Crack!
Hey, Doc, you hear that?
Yes. Came from on the island somewhere.
Laura, help! Ah! Crack! Help!
There it is again. What do you make of that, Doc?
Did not seem quite human.
Say, it sounded to me like
Laura, you're the man from Jimmy's. Help! Ah!
it's somebody calling for help. Sounds like a woman.
We had better investigate. Use your oar, Monk. Get the boat close to this girl and we'll pick her up.
Can you reach it yet, Doc?
Just about.
Say, she's pretty, ain't she?
Rather attractive now, Monk. If you'll give one more stroke with that oar and... Monk, look out!
What the? Hey, Doc, watch it!
All right, Monk?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been if you hadn't knocked me overboard when that guy started shooting. Did he hit you?
No. Did you see the person who did the shooting?
No. Did you?
No. He was behind some brush.
What you doing, Doc?
Hauling the girl down off the rock. We'll keep her behind it here, where we are.
What's the idea?
Our gunman friend may take a shot at her.
Oh, I see. You think you must have knocked her over the head and put her out on this rock for bait, huh?
That is exactly, Monk. The girl was bait to draw us close to shore. A decoy to pull us to a point where that fellow with the gun could shoot.
Boy, if you hadn't done some tall jumping, this scheme might have worked.
Laura, you're the man from Jimmy. Laura, help! Ah! Crack!
There's that screaming again. Say, it sounds queer, don't it?
Seems to come from the other side of the island.
Hey, hear that? It's brush cracking.
The fellow who shot at us. He's getting away. Come on.
Bring the girl, Doc?
Yes, bring her. He's going this way, Monk.
Why'd you reckon he set that trap for us, Doc?
Obviously, it's someone who does not want us to help that man Hopewell, who sent us the telegram.
Blazes! This brush is thick.
Wait, Monk. Stop.
Laura, the man from Jimmy's. Crack!
There's that funny screeching again. Sounds like the name Laura and something about a man from Jimmy's.
Quiet, Monk. Do you hear the fellow we were chasing?
Wonder where he went.
Ducked into the brush somewhere and stopped, probably. We'll look around.
Doc, there's somebody.
I'll get him. You stay with the girl. You, stop! No use trying to get away, young man.
I wasn't trying to get away.
Oh, no? Then why put up a fight?
You'd put up a fight too, guy, if somebody jumped out of the brush onto you like you jumped onto me.
What's your name?
Say, who are you to be asking me? Oh!
Well, why the surprise?
I just recognized you. Saw your picture in the papers a few times. You're Doc Savage. Say, what's a guy as famous as you doing up here on this island?
I'll ask the questions. What is your name?
Al Roberts.
Where is your rifle?
What rifle? Say, I haven't got any rifle. I was over at the hotel and heard a shot and came running to see what it was.
I see. There's a hotel on the island, eh?
Yes, a summer hotel. Say, I'll bet I know why you're here. You're investigating the murder of Bill Hopewell.
Hopewell murdered?
About 2 hours ago, somebody stuck a knife in his back.
So his telegram was true. His life really was in danger.
What's this about a telegram?
Never mind. Walk ahead of me, Roberts.
You got him, eh, Doc?
This is Al Roberts, Monk. He claims he is not the man who shot at us. although I caught him nearby. Roberts, this is my assistant, Monk.
I've read in the newspapers about you too, Monk.
The girl's coming out of it, Doc. She was only cracked on the head.
What's this? A girl?
This one over here.
Why, that's Laura Hopewell,
Any relation to the dead man?
his sister.
Doc, did you say something about a dead man?
The man who sent for us, Hopewell, has been stabbed to death with a knife. Monk, wait. There seems to be someone coming.
That bird seems to be in a hurry.
What's going on here? Answer up, by cracky, or I'll turn loose with this shotgun.
It's all right, Barber. Doc Savage and his assistant Monk are here to look into the murder of Hopewell. You've heard of Doc Savage, haven't you, Barber?
Can't say as I have.
Mr. Savage, Barber is a guide who takes fishing parties out on the lake.
I'm very glad to meet you, Barber.
Be ye a detective?
Not exactly.
Then what be ye?
I'll explain. Listen, Barber, Doc Savage is a man who goes all over the world helping other people out of trouble and punishing those who do wrong. He's here to help Hopewell.
Too late for anybody to help that feller Hopewell.
Doc, I think the girl is conscious.
Yes, she is. Young lady, can you talk?
My head. Somebody struck me from behind as I was walking through the woods.
Did you see who it was?
No, I didn't. I heard Al say you're Doc Savage. Is that right?
That was right.
My brother sent for you.
Yes, that is why we are here. Have you any idea why he was killed?
I certainly have.
Please, tell us.
Have you ever heard of Jimmy the Knife?
Jimmy the Knife. Yes, of course. He is the big-time racketeer who's soon to go on trial for murder.
Exactly, Mr. Savage. And my brother was the principal witness against Jimmy the Knife. He saw this Jimmy the Knife shoot a man to death.
If your brother does not testify, can the state convict this Jimmy the Knife?
They cannot. And that explains why he was murdered. Jimmy the Knife did it, or had it done.
Yes, obviously. But proving it may be difficult.
Laura, help the man from Jimmy's, help, crack!
There's that screeching again.
That's my brother's parrot.
Parrot?
Yes, the bird was my brother's pet. It has been calling for me and screaming, "The man from Jimmy's, help, help, help," ever since my brother was killed.
Sounds like the parrot must have been on hand when the murder was committed.
Let us go to the hotel. You lead the way, Barbara. Al, you keep close to me.
So you still suspect me of shooting at you?
Never mind. You just stay near me, Al.
Laura, help the man from Jimmy's, squat!
Well, we're in the hotel.
Laura!
Talkative parrot, Miss Hopewell. Does it always call your name?
Yes, that is like my brother used to call me.
The dead man be in the next room if y'all wants to see him.
To be sure. Has anything been disturbed, Barbara?
Ain't nothing been moved.
Anyone left the island?
Not that I know of.
Well, let's examine the body.
Laura, help! Who thought it'd be you, Al? Quack!
Wait, that parrot may tell us something. Come on, Polly, talk to us. Who killed your master? Is there anything to coax it to talk, Miss Hopewell?
I can't think of anything.
Come on, Polly. Polly want a cracker?
Laura, Al, don't kill me, Al!
That cinches it, Doc. Al done it.
Now look here.
Pipe down, you.
That's it, Monk. Hold him.
That bird's a liar. I didn't do it.
It is doubtful if the jury would convict you on the evidence of a parrot.
The knife that killed Hopewell wasn't found. Maybe the parrot can tell us where it is.
That is an idea. Polly, talk to us.
Come on, talk up, you green water feathers. Where's the knife? If you don't know that, tell us something.
It's not gonna talk.
Sometimes, if a parrot is placed in a room by itself, it will talk more freely. I'm going to try that. I'll take the cage into this next room and see if that gets any better results. Now, we'll see if the parrot talks.
Laura, help, Jimmy, squat!
It's gonna talk, Doc.
Yes, wait.
Jimmy, I never dreamed you were from Jimmy, Al.
The bird is repeating talk it overheard from the murder.
I'm gonna croak you, Hopewell. Then I'll ditch the knife in my room. Help!
Go look in Al's room for the knife, Monk.
On my way, Doc. But watch Al here. He's elected it. Here's a knife, Doc. It was hidden under his mattress.
This is a frame-up. I tell you, I didn't kill Hopewell.
Of course you did not.
Doc, did you say he did not kill Hopewell?
Come into the next room, everybody. I want to show you something.
You mean into the room where you took the parrot?
Yes, into the room where I took the parrot.
For the love of mud, the parrot isn't here.
Exactly. When I brought the bird in, I set the cage outdoors and closed the window.
But we heard the bird as if it came for this room.
Exactly, and that tripped up the murderer.
What do you mean?
I mean that one of us is the murderer. Someone in this room, I should say. That person tried to throw guilt on Al here by speaking through the medium of the parrot.
I don't get you, Doc.
The murderer is a ventriloquist. He can imitate a parrot and throw his voice. He went one step too far when he tried to tip us off where to hunt for the knife. The knife he had planted under an innocent man's mattress after the killing.
You talk like you know who it is.
Yes, I watched his throat muscles the last time he threw his voice.
Why, concern ye?
I wouldn't, Baba. No, I wouldn't try to use that shotgun. You will you?
Oh, ow.
Yes, it was you, Baba,
Ow.
who pulled the little act of ventriloquism. You might have gotten away with it, except the parrot was just a little too pat with its talk. Parrot talk usually does not make much sense, but this one did make sense. Entirely too much sense.
Let me hold him, Doc. Yeah, Barbara, you were just too good.
Oh, lay off me.
Yep, you had a parrot talking where there wasn't any parrot. That was your mistake.
And now, Systex bids you good afternoon until this time next week, when we offer you another smashing Doc Savage drama, replete with action, thrills, and unexpected twists. Doc Savage is put on the air exclusively by Systex, spelled C-Y-S-T-E-X. And now, Doc Savage, the Green Ghost. What is that? That is the sound of Doc Savage, the signal for another 15 minutes of action, mystery, and thrill-charged adventure brought to you by Systex. This afternoon's drama is about the Green Ghost. Listen carefully and see if you can learn what the Green Ghost is before Doc Savage arrives at the truth. Now we switch to Doc Savage's office on the 86th floor of a New York skyscraper. In the comfortably furnished room is Doc Savage, the giant man of bronze who has devoted his life to helping other people out of trouble. And with Doc is Andrew Blodgett Mayfair, a huge gorilla of a man with a tiny voice. Andrew Blodgett Mayfair does not hear that name often. Everyone calls him Monk. Monk is reading the afternoon newspaper.
Hey, Doc,
Yes, Monk.
I see you busted into print again.
Yes, worse luck.
You saw it then. It's a little story about you being an expert opener of safes, in addition to all the other things you can do. It says that there is not a vault or a strongbox made that you cannot get into if you take a notion.
They will have people thinking I'm a cracksman, first thing you know.
Not a chance. The story goes on to explain that if you have a high honorary commission on the police force, and that you go everywhere in the world helping people out of trouble.
I still can't see why they put stuff like that on the front page.
Anything you do is newspaper copy, Doc. The stuff they write about you isn't exaggerated either. Now, take this piece about you being able to open any vault or strongbox.
Monk, listen.
Somebody's coming. It sounds like he's in a hurry.
Oh, help me! Keep it away from me!
Oh, for the love of mud!
Here, fellow, what's wrong with you?
He can't talk, Doc.
Let's help him to a chair, Monk.
Good night. Look here. Look, Doc. Listen, Doc. Did you ever see any marks like this before?
No, Monk, never.
Big purple bruises on his arm and shoulder. Say, Doc, from their shape, they look as if... Oh, that couldn't be.
Go ahead and say it.
It looks as if a big claw grabbed him. See here, at the ends of the marks there's cuts, as if the claws were sharp as knives on the end.
That was my thought.
Ah, it's a squirrel idea, Doc. There isn't anything with a claw that big.
Yes, a creature with a claw that large would be something radically new. I believe the fellow can talk now.
Don't let it in here.
Go look in the hall, Monk.
Nobody out here, Doc.
There's no one after you, stranger.
My name? Allen. Joe Allen.
Well, Alan, there's nothing after you.
It followed me, grabbed me, my arm and
Made
shoulder.
these marks on you?
Yes. And I barely got away.
What was it? Well, what was it?
Listen, Mr. Savage promised me one thing.
What is that?
promise me you won't say I'm crazy. You can think it. The story sounds insane enough, but promise me you won't say I'm mad. It makes me doubt myself.
I won't doubt you, Alan. Everything has a logical explanation.
What has happened to me tonight cannot be explained with logic.
Let us hear your story, and I will be the judge of that.
You have heard of the ghost ships down by Staten Island?
Yes, of course, and they are not ghost ships at all. They are some of the vessels built in such a hurry during the World War, and which have since gone out of use. They are tied up in deserted waters near Staten Island, where they have lain for years to rust away. The only people aboard are being a watchman or two.
I'm one of the watchmen.
A watchman on one of those abandoned ships, eh?
Yes, I'm on the Black Seas, a freighter.
What is the rest of your story, Alan?
Things have been happening on the Black Seas.
Things?
Terrible things.
For instance?
Tonight I found a man aboard.
What is so unusual about that?
This man was all torn up.
Dead?
Oh yes, he was torn as if some great beast. It was awful. And while I was looking at the body, I saw that thing!
What was it that you saw, Alan?
It was big and green and kind of, well, like a pale green jelly.
You mean that you could see through it?
Kind of.
Then what happened?
I started to back away, and this thing struck at me and tried to grab me. I got away and decided to come to you, and the green jelly thing followed me and kept grabbing, and I thought it followed me all the way here.
That is your story?
Yes. And I know you feel like laughing. You think I am insane.
No one can laugh off those bruises on your shoulder and arm, Alan. Monk, what are you doing?
Just looking into that hall again. There ain't nothing there.
Listen, Mr. Savage, will you come aboard the Black Seas? I think I know where this green thing hangs out.
Where?
The strong room. The big ship safe has been locked ever since I have been on board as watchman. But I have heard sounds inside of the vault. I thought rats or mice made the noises at first, but on other nights I thought I heard people screaming in the vault.
You tried to get into the vault?
Oh yes, but I couldn't make it.
Listen, Doc, if it's just the same to you, I'll go outside and keep a lookout. I don't like this a little bit.
Wait, Monk. Alan and I are leaving for this abandoned steamer, the Black Seas, at once.
But Doc, ain't I going with you?
No, Monk.
But Doc!
No, Monk. You keep the light in the window.
Me keep the light in the window, huh? I get you, Doc. Oh well, you don't see me crying about it. You can have this green jelly thing with claws. I don't want no part of him.
What a desolate place this is.
That is the Black Seas right ahead, Mr. Savage.
The one that is so rusty, that it, Alan?
Yes, I'll swing this dory to the starboard a bit.
You go aboard near the stern, do you not? I see a rope ladder hanging there.
Yes, I live in the aft cabin.
The Black Seas looks a bit decrepit, I'll admit, but there's nothing ghostly about her appearance.
Every word that I told you about that green thing was the truth, Mr. Savage.
Those bruises you carry are very convincing arguments in themselves, Alan. Hand me the boat hook.
Here it is.
I'll get hold of that rope ladder. Can you climb up all right, Alan?
Yes, I can make it.
I'll go up first. Grab my hand, Alan. I'll lift you the rest of the way.
Thanks. Now I'll go to my cabin and get an electrical lantern.
Why the electric lantern?
You want to look at the strong room, don't you?
Yes, of course.
It's dark down there in the hold where the strong room is. We'll need a light.
I see.
Wait here. I'll get the lantern out of my cabin.
Alan! Alan, what happened? Alan, you've got the door locked.
Help, Mr. Savage! Dr. Savage, help!
I'll break down the door. Alan, what on earth happened to you?
That green thing was here!
Here in this cabin?
It was in the back of the door. Slammed the door when I came in, then it started for me.
Where did it go?
It went out through this door across the cabin when it heard you coming.
Where does that door lead to?
Down the hold, toward the strong room.
Where is that electric lantern?
Over there.
All right, I've got it. Let's follow that thing.
Yes, the strong room. Come on.
Watch out for the steps in that companionway, Alan.
I'm all right.
Wait, let's see if we can hear anything.
There's not a sound.
Come on.
The strong room is over this way.
Stop, Alan, stop. What's this over here in the corner?
That is the dead man I told you about.
I'm going to have a look.
It's like I said, isn't it?
Yes, he's terribly cut up. Ever seen him before tonight?
No, he's a stranger.
Let's go on to that strong room.
There's the strong room.
Wait, I'll turn the light on the door.
Yes, it's dark down here. See, the safe door has a combination type lock.
Is this where you tried to open the vault?
Yes,
When did you try it?
last night.
I wondered why the marks look so fresh. Well, shall we have a look inside this strong room?
I believe it would tell us a lot, but can you open it?
I think so.
I'll hold the light while you work.
Thanks.
Why, you seem to have an outfit of tools for opening safes.
Fortunately, I brought them along from the office. Hold the light a little closer, Alan.
How long will it take?
Not long. Now, let's give it a try.
It's open! Say, you're a wizard, Savage!
Get back, Alan. I'm going inside.
Be careful! What did you find?
Some packages, Alan.
Packages?
Yes, some boxes, too. I'm going to open one. Well, I say...
What is it?
The packages contain money, Alan. Here are some bonds, U.S. liberties. In this box, why, it's jewelry. Dozens of rings and jeweled watches.
Well, ain't that nice?
Say, what?
Get those hands up!
Why? You turn that gun the other way.
Get them hands up, Savage!
Say, Alan, what are you...
Up high! Up high! That's the idea. This kind of surprises you, don't it?
Well,
Sure, it surprises you. Take you in, didn't I? You never give me a tumble.
so the story about a green jelly monster was a fake.
Sure, I made that up. Do you know why?
Well, I can guess.
Then guess!
The yarn about the green ghost was a clever bit of fabrication intended to get me to open this vault, was it not?
Big boy, are you good at guessing? You hit it. I wanted this safe open and hit on the big idea of getting you to open it. You see, I read in the afternoon newspaper that there wasn't a safe you couldn't open. Thought I'd see if there was anything to that newspaper yarn.
Satisfied?
You bet.
I suppose you and the dead man we found on our way down here were partners in crime and kept your swag in this vault. You quarreled and he was killed after he gave you those bruises and cuts. Then you discovered you could not get into the vault. I suppose he had the combination, eh?
What makes you figure we're crooks?
It's money, the jewelry, and the Liberty bonds. Typical thieves' plunder. It couldn't be anything else.
Yeah? And maybe that's right. What if I did croak my part and find I couldn't get our swag out of the safe? What are you gonna do about it?
Well,
I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're not gonna do a thing. Because this gun of mine is going to go off and a piece of lead is going to put an end to all of your worries.
going to put me out of the way, Alan?
You can call it that. Well, you got anything to say?
Only that you won't get away with it, Alan.
Yeah, well, here goes.
Drop that gun, you mug!
Where'd you come from?
Down with that rod, you red hot!
Yes, I will. Why, you ugly monkey? I'll... Oh! Oh!
Gosh, Doc, I had to let him have it.
That's all right, Monk. You didn't kill him.
Nah, just plugged him in both shoulders.
How did you happen to follow us?
Remember when Doc told me to keep the light in the window? Well, wise guy, me and Doc has got a code. And when Doc says, keep the light in the window, that means he's tipping me off to a trail along behind him and keep an eye out for trouble.
You were too optimistic, Alan.
What you mean?
I never did believe in ghost stories.
Come on, smart guy. You're gonna be on the inside looking out for a long time.
You have just heard another in the series of 15-minute dramas presented by Systex, spelled C-Y-S-T-E-X. And now introducing the players in our radio show, Kelly Manson, Jack Mestel, Andy Botcher, Andrew Bigelow, Colleen Norton, Anthony Misandrine. Matt Rudd. And Robert Matson.
And your fabulous announcer, Colleen Bigelow.
Siska.